Archers, with the huge July update, ARCHERO has released its new rune system. If you do not have the update yet, it is slowly rolling out to all users, and unfortunately iOS will get it last. In this video, I'll be guiding you through the new rune system, what it does, and how it works. My name is Teeds. Feel free to subscribe and click the bell for more ARCHERO videos. The Rune tab can be unlocked through your talents page. You cannot select the talent you want, so you'll have to keep rolling until you land on the Rune power-up. The talents are now cheaper as well, so for those who already spent coins on talents, you'll be refunded some coins. Once you pick up the Rune power-up from your talents tab, on the same tab above, you'll now have Rune. Here you can see that there are 5 slots. I am not level 80 yet, so I do not have the 5th slot. However, I do have the first 4 slots, which I believe hide behind levels. So I'm guessing Rune 1 is level 1, Rune 2 is level 20, Rune 3 is level 40, Rune 4 is level 60, and then Rune 5 is level 80. Do note that all stats are different to everyone. RNG, which is random chance basically, plays a role in runes. I have researched as much as I could with runes. Some new things may be figured out or popped up in the future. This is just a general guideline since it's very new. If there is a lot more to it, I will make an updated in-depth guide in the future. Here you can see under the title power in a little box, I have 4 stats, which also unlock with the level. I do not have the 5th stat until I reach level 80. In power, you can see that I have increased attack, damage to mobs, damage to melee units, and death bomb chance increased. When I first read death bomb chance increased, I was a little confused, but from what I've gathered, I believe it means that the chance of this ability dropping within the game is now increased. So now I have a higher chance to get Death Bomb ability over the other abilities, which is not the best stat because I don't really use Death Bomb all that often. This means that I will probably work towards finding a rune that gives me a higher chance to get Rage, or Multi-Shot, or Ricochet, etc. What I do find interesting is how this can change the hero that you want to play. So for example, Helix and Meowgic. Meowgic does not have Rage, but with Rage, he is a lot stronger than Helix. Let's say I played Helix because I love the ability Rage, and it's a really huge pro of Helix because he now has a strong tier ability that you don't have to worry about. You already have that high tier ability. But now let's say you get a rune that increases your chance to get Rage. I know this looks a little bit confusing, but I will explain all these numbers later on in the video. So here it says the Death Bomb chance ranges from 10% to 32%. If I had a higher chance to get Rage over other abilities, so let's just say I had in the 30 ranges, which is really high, I might just switch over to Meowgic, because now I'm more likely to get Rage and can benefit off Meowgic's strength with Rage as well as his special ability. This is just one example of Helix being the only hero with a high tier ability built in. Another example could be maybe another hero has a better synergy with a specific ability. The blue rune is Savior. Here I gain increased max HP, trap resistance, which I believe is floor spikes and saw blades, etc., projectile resistance, and front damage resistance. This one seems more like a defense rune, but I could be incorrect. The green rune is Recovery. Increased healing effect of the red heart, increased max health, increased health drops, and spellback mana speed. As you can see that the spellback mana speed is a rare stat to have. This rune may be connected with items, but I don't know for sure. The last rune that I have is Courage. This one gives me increased attack, increases Furin's base health, Shari's base attack, and Furin's base attack. It seems that this rune is connected to heroes, so I don't use Shari or Furin, which means that these 3 stats are useless to me. You can see that my runes have numbers. Some of the numbers are different colors. This is what I believe it means. It was really confusing at first, but after playing around with it, I think it's basically tier colors. Let's focus on the first number. So you can see that my attack is blue 95 and my damage to mobs is blue 60. My damage to melee units is green 2.7%. This is what I think it means. Green is a low number, which means a lower tier. Blue is a medium number, and I haven't got any other colors, but maybe the next color would be purple, which would be a high tier number, but it could just end up blue, I'm not too sure. I will have to see in the future. All in all, the higher the number, the better. Next to the numbers, you'll see 2 values in brackets. So next attack, we have brackets 75 to 125 bracket. This is where the 95 comes from, and another place RNG plays in. I could have got a higher number between these numbers or a lower number. If it was considered a low value, it would have been green. If it was considered a high value, it would have been maybe purple if that exists. Basically, this means with this specific stat, I could have got a higher number. Let's say there was a stat you really liked, but the number was pretty low. Maybe you want to gamble it and you could try getting the same stat again with a higher value. So that is what I figured out with the numbers. I believe we have all of these runes equipped. Whatever rune you have, that's the stats you have. You can change these stats, it will be random, and you can choose if you want to keep the rune or you want to swap it for a new rune. So let me just show you here. Here I have the Courage rune. It costs me 5,000 coins and 5 runes to forge a new one, and it seems that this cost stays the same. As I said earlier, I do not use Furin or Shari, so I want new stats that may be more useful to my current playstyle. I will now forge this and see what I get. So now I have plus 96 attack, increase Shari's base health, increase fire sword chance, and increase Archero's base health. I am still not happy with these stats. I don't use Archero's or Shari, and fire sword is not that great, but let's see if I can get something better. So now I have attack plus 89, increase Ayana's base HP, increase Sylvan's base attack, increase Helix's base attack. This is a lot better than any other stat I had in the past of Courage, so I think I'll keep it like this for now. That's how the rune forging works. Like I said earlier, it always costs 5,000 coins and 5 runes to forge a new one. This means we'll probably be spending a lot of time farming new runes and coins now. You may be wondering where to farm runes. I do not know where the best place is yet to farm runes, however you can get runes from the expedition mode and chapter runs. I played chapter 6 once just to make sure I could get the runes, and throughout the whole run I only got 1 rune. But this is just based off 1 run. I could have been really unlucky, so I will have to have a look into it, but right now it seems you can get them from chapters, but mostly from the expedition mode. In expedition mode I do get quite a lot of runes, but expedition mode does end eventually, so we'll have to farm chapters. This means I have a lot of data to collect once again for farming. What I don't know is if rune drops without the talent. So when I first got this update and played expedition mode, I did not get any runes for the first 30 levels. But I also did not have the talent unlocked yet, which revealed the rune tab. Because I don't know this for sure and I might have missed out on some rune drops in the first 30 levels of expedition mode, I currently suggest to not play expedition mode until you get the rune talent unlocked. Now, my thoughts on this new rune system. Feel free to let me know in the comments on what you think about the new runes. I actually really like it. I'm not very familiar with a system like this, but the closest experience I have is Borderlands 3, where basically in that game I would farm bosses to get the same legendary gear in hopes of getting a weapon or item that had stats I liked. That's what this system kind of reminds me of. You may get bad stats, good stats, or the best stats possible. You will also have to find stats that complement your playstyle. I have no idea what all the stats are, and this may change in the future, but what I can say for now is with the Courage rune, since it seems to link with heroes, you will want to find the ones that suit the hero you use. It seems to be possible to get multiple stats for the hero that you use. As you saw earlier, I had 2 stats for Furin. Since I am a Meowgic main at the moment, the best for me would be 3 stats for Meowgic, and hopefully all with a high tier number. That is really hard to get though. This could also influence the hero that you play, because maybe you'll get a really good rune that really buffs a different hero that might make it stronger than the current hero you use. But that is a lot of numbers that I'll leave for another day. I have no idea how strong these stats can be for specific heroes, so it is really interesting to know that I could probably maybe play Furin. Maybe they have really good stats for Furin and it makes it stronger than my current Meowgic, but we won't know for a while. A con to this though is that if you do want to change to another hero, because let's say you're using Helix and you get bored and you want to use, let's say, Sylvan or Shade or something along those lines, then it would suck because you would have to find a better rune for the hero that you want to use. I do really like that they don't punish you for forging a new rune, so you just lose 5,000 coins and 5 runes. If you do decide to forge a new rune and it's worse than the one you currently have, you don't have to take it, you can just keep your new rune and just accept the losses of 5,000 coins and 5 runes. Overall, I really like it, and maybe my opinion will change in the future, but I don't see this system being bad in the game. It does benefit your heroes, it does benefit yourself, and even if the stats are not that great, at least it only goes up. I really want to find a stat that increases the chances of multi-shot the most, because I love multi-shot, and it does seem harder to get in the game these days because I do think that they increase the chance drop of all the other abilities since the ability update. I would love to know what stat you would like to see with your rune in the game, or hope that there is in the game, in the comments down below. That is what I have so far. There could be a lot more to it, and as I said earlier, if there is a lot more to it, I'll make an in-depth guide in the future. That is all for today's video. If you have any more thoughts to add, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, subscribe and click the bell for more ARCHERO videos. Like the video if you're excited for this update. I hope to see you again for the next one. Bye!